Welcome back to Experience Points, a less formal, more laid-back sort of video series where I talk about games that I've played but have not yet finished. And today, I'm taking a quick early access look at Alterium Shift for the PC by Drattzy Games, and it's a game that is, like I said, it's an early access. So basically I'm playing an early access demo of the game long before it's actually going to be coming out. And I'm very excited to be able to take a look at this because several weeks ago when I first saw the trailer for this game during an episode of Hit Point, I was just completely blown away with what I saw, and I just had to rewatch the trailer over and over.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I don't know. Hang on. I'm having trouble hyping responsibly. Let me rewatch this trailer here. Let me try this again.
And I very seldom get that excited about trailers that I've seen, especially for indies, so I knew that when Drattzy Games reached out that I had to get my hands on an early access copy and just take a look. Now, what I've played so far, I'm maybe about 5 hours in, and it is absolutely still, I've said it a few times now, early access, and it feels kind of like an early access game. There are bugs that I have encountered, some that have completely ended my progress through my first run, but it's after several hours, so I'm actually really optimistic that Drattzy Games is going to be able to turn this into something incredible. So right off the bat, when you start the game, you're given a choice between 3 protagonists that you can play as. I chose the archer, but there's also a mage, and then there's also a spear lady, a spear person. The combat is a standard turn-based RPG. The combat itself is really fast-paced. You know, there's a few different attack options, attack, defend. Honestly, I've been relying mostly on the special attack options because every time that I ever seem to get low on AP or AE or whatever the resources that you consume, whenever I seem to get low, I just get another level up and I'm maxed out again, which is fantastic because I love that feeling of just being powerful. But again, that also ties into maybe one of those feelings of not being particularly challenged just yet, but hopefully we'll see more challenge on the horizon when this game is fully finished, and until then, I can't wait. The visuals, I think, are really unique. It's just such a beautiful game. I really enjoy the kind of 16-bit aesthetic. It looks like the sprites that they've created and the world that they're crafting really mesh well with like kind of a PlayStation 1 sort of kind of aesthetic. It is a 3-dimensional world in that it is polygonal, and it has this very pixel art aesthetic, and during certain portions of the game the screen actually turns and rotates, which ties into the title of the game, Alterium Shift. There is a amulet that you acquire at one point that allows you to use these shift points that send you between like the light world and the dark world. It hasn't really leaned too heavily into that just yet, but I suspect that I'm still only 5 hours into the game. Hopefully soon the game's going to start relying on that Alterium shifting to solve some more puzzles, because this game does seem to be pretty puzzle oriented. Even as far early into the game as when I'm just going through a forest, they have lots of little treasure chests hidden behind trees and stuff that you can barely make out. There's lots of little things like that that are just tucked in throughout the game, hidden little pieces of everything just to collect treasures, herbs. Just every time that I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's something over here, there was. Which means that as a result of that, I have so many potions and everything that I kind of wonder if the game is just a little on the easy side as a result, because I am not really ever feeling like I'm in real danger of losing my progress or dying at any point in the game, honestly. The characters that are in my party right now have a variety of different abilities, and I suspect that as soon as the mage enters my party, I'll have even more at my disposal to dispense with enemies, and they're all really satisfying to use. One of the things that really drew me into this game when I saw that trailer is the aesthetic, the look, the throwbacks. There's fishing mini games in this game, and of course that means that I have to enjoy it, right? And the fishing minigame is pretty fun. It's a little bit basic, but the game is still in early access, so I feel like part of me really doesn't want to be too hard on the game because it's obviously still being developed, but it also feels a little like visually it's got a definite personality from the writing side of things, the storyline side of things. I feel like things could be a little more fleshed out. It feels like it's lacking a little bit of personality in the dialogue, and I'm really hoping that at some point the game's going to do something with the story. Right now they're full of jokes and puns, and obviously I enjoy a good pun for sure, but I would like to get a little bit more of a feel for the personality within of the characters within the game. Then again, it could also be an homage to earlier styles of RPGs where the personalities of the characters and character development and the story of the game really played second fiddle to the looks and the feel of the game. And the looks and feel are fantastic. Part of me just hopes that they don't let themselves be held back by this homage to earlier titles and they allow themselves to transcend and become something even better than just what it is at the moment. And I think that with an emphasis on more engaging storytelling and more fleshed out motivations, maybe encounters with other enemies that move the story forward could be a little fleshed out a little bit better. I think that if they could do that, really make the personalities feel bigger and interplay more often, somehow, I'm not sure how they would do that yet, I think that would really propel this game to the next level. So far, I also feel like the world design is just really something else. There's a variety of different environments that I've already encountered. So there's kind of like a forest, there's a plateau region, like some sort of like grasslands that just look incredible. The forest, there's this open forest, like a woodsy kind of area, but then there's like the deep forest, and that also looks really awesome. The underworld, when you go and visit like the world of the dark elves, where everything's sort of like pinkish purplish, looks really rad. And I really want to see even more. And there's this desert area, and they've got such a wide breadth. And again, I'm only like 4 or 5 hours in, and so far I've already seen so many different worlds, and I just can't wait to see what else they have in store, because I feel like the art and design behind this game is something else, and it feels like they've just got such a creative force in like the worlds that they want to craft and the worlds that they want to show you, and it feels like they're really hitting the nail on the head. Right now I'm in the middle of this dungeon in the middle of a desert where I'm adjusting all these sluice gates. Unfortunately, I think I blocked myself into a corner because I encountered a bug, or I was able to walk across a platform that I shouldn't have been able to. I think that's what happened. And that said, I was really getting into this puzzle, and I can't wait for the finished product when I can finally get past this puzzle. But man, it's been fun so far, and I hope that you guys look forward to seeing this game. And I'm really excited to see where Drattzy Games takes this game, because I think what they have right now is an incredible base, an incredible, that the mechanics are there, the story, the world, the art is all there. Now it's just a matter of making the story and the flow and the pacing. It's all about that last, little bit of polish, and I'm hoping that they can really do some incredible stuff here. But that's about it for what I have to say so far today, because like I said, it's still early access, and I don't want to form too solid of opinions on this, but I just knew that when they reached out and said, hey, you can have an early look, I had to. So I'm looking forward to the full finished product, but for now, man, I think they're on the right track. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.